What is up, race fans? My name is Owen, and welcome back to the Ben Fender podcast. And in this one, I will be reviewing the Qatar Grand Prix. So, with that being said, this is a sprint weekend. So, and this is the final sprint weekend of the season. This is also the first ever um, round 23 or race 23 in an F1 season. And this isn't even the final one, so there'll be around 20. There's around 24 this year too, so which is wild. So getting on to the sprint, Franco Colapinto and Sergio Perez have both have a pit lane start as they change their setup. Norris and Russell are on the front row. Norris takes the lead, and then on the final corner, Oscar Piastri takes the lead from Norris, and Piastri wins the sprint. So the top 8 were Piastri, Norris, Russell, Sainz, Lawson, Hamilton, Hulkenberg, and Verstappen. I think the only reason Norris could have won this easily, but as as the drivers' championship has already been locked up, Norris was just giving the points to Piastri, as Piastri did it a couple times with Norris, where Piastri gave Norris the win, so Norris could get more points to challenge Max. After that, we go on to the main race, and before that, Max Verstappen got a one place grid penalty for it said making contact on the cooldown lap, but I believe it was going unnecessarily slow on the cooldown lap. So he got a one place penalty. So on the front row was Russell and Verstappen. Verstappen with the one place penalty is second rather than first. After that, at the start of the race, Verstappen takes the initial lead. Then Nico Hulkenberg gets into Esteban Ocon, and he collects Franco Colapinto, bringing out the first safety car of the race. Both Ocon and Colapinto are out, and during the first lap scuffle, Lance Stroll gets into Alex Albon. After that, Liam Lawson loses the rear and spins and gets into Fernando Alonso. Both of them get going again. Lance Stroll got a 10-second time penalty for causing a collision. He ended up coming in and serving the penalty, and then a lap later retiring the car as he had a decent amount of damage. Then Liam Lawson got a 10-second time penalty for forcing someone off track. Then Lewis Hamilton got a 5-second penalty for a false start. Then green flag pit stop start, where Alex Albon loses one of his mirrors, or I believe it was Albon. I believe it was one of the Williams. Yeah, so it was Albon because Colapinto was out. And then a couple, like 2 laps later, Bottas, getting out of the way of Norris and Leclerc, ends up hitting the mirror, and then Probably 30 seconds later, Hamilton and Sainz both get punctures from all the shattered glass and debris that was all over the front stretch. And then probably so after Hamilton and Sainz pit to fix the punctures, there is a debris safety car. That's about 4 or 5 laps too late. I know there's a new FIA director who is was doing 3 series this weekend, but come on. Like, you're supposed to be the top series in the world. That should have been called, like, there should have been a virtual safety car just so someone could run out, grab the mirror and run back while everyone's on like the back of the track. Could have been, you had a virtual safety car for 1 lap, slowed everyone down, someone could run off, grab that, maybe 2 laps so they could blow some of the other debris off the track. Like, that's just unacceptable in my opinion. But yeah. So after the safety car, Hulkenberg and Perez get beached. Hulkenberg just lost the back end going out of turn 4, I believe, and just beached it. And Perez lost drive and spun. And then when he tried to get going again, he spun right into the gravel. So that's the 3rd safety car of the race. And both of them are out. So that's a total of 5 cars out at the moment. Then Lando Norris gets a 10-second stop and go penalty for failing to slow down under the yellow. Then Lewis Hamilton got a drive-through penalty for speeding through the pits when the drivers were going through the pits on the safety car. After that, Alex Albon got a 10-second penalty for causing a collision. Then George Russell got a 5-second time penalty for a safety car infringement, which basically did nothing because at the end of the race he was 7 seconds ahead of Gasly, who was behind him. And oh my god, the penalties today. Jesus. Like, okay. Stroll, Lawson, Hamilton, Norris, Hamilton, Albon, Russell. Like, jeez. That's the most penalties I've seen in an F1 race. Probably my whole time watching F1. Like, dang. And going into the last race, it's going to be a lot more, hopefully the drivers rate up on the rule book. Jesus. But after that, Max Verstappen holds on for the win. As the top 10 are Max Verstappen, Charles Leclerc, Oscar Piastri, George Russell, Pierre Gasly, who gets top 5, Carlos Sainz, Fernando Alonso, Zhou Guanyu, who scores the first points for Sauber this year, Kevin Magnussen, and Lando Norris, who got the fastest lap. Sauber almost had both cars in the finish in the points, as Alonso was finished 11th. He just couldn't keep Norris behind him for the last 5 to 8 laps that he was there. Unfortunate for him, but hey, at least Joe got the. At least there's no team with no points this season. And also, after the race was over, a major announcement as Esteban Ocon is out from Alpine effective immediately, as Jack Doohan will replace him for the final race. My thoughts on this are, I mean, Ocon is going to Haas next year, and they explained it as Ocon and Alpine's team principal, I don't know his name, unfortunately. They're like, Ocon wanted to go to do a test for Haas on the Tuesday after next week. And the Alpine team boss was like, okay, what do I get from this? So, and I think after the first lap incident, which wasn't his fault, I put that all on Hulkenberg, as he just locked up the tire and his front tires and slid into him. But definitely not the way you want to go out of a team. And unfortunate for him for the crash, but hopefully he does better at Haas next year. And yeah. So the driver of the day was Zhou Guanyu. And yeah, honestly, this race was pure chaos, if I'm being honest. With the penalties, the spins and crashes, the battles were also really good today. I'm honestly gonna put this race as a 9 out of 10, 9.5 out of 10. Like, this was such a good race in my opinion. Might be a little biased because I like the crashes and that kind of stuff, and restarts are also. I also like restarts, but that's just me. So with that being said, thank you all very much for watching. Please remember to like and subscribe, as well as go check out my other channels, one being my main of FanRantan, and the other one being a D&D one that is under the Boundless Shores. Please go check those two out, and we will see you next race, which is going to be the finale of Season 3 from Abu Dhabi. Thank you all for watching, and we will see you next time. Peace.